An vle kontan pou m deson an bal ouel. Mwen yon la, mwen yon la o. Mwen yon la, mwen yon la o. Mwen yon la, mwen yon la o. Woy m da bobo, m da bobo.
Mwen yon la, mwen yon la o. Mwen yon la, mwen yon la o. Mwen yon la, mwen yon la o. Woy m da bobo, m da bobo. Hey, no stop o. Tout sa fait m'a d'accord. Pas besoin faire effort. Chérie, sous mes macors. Oh, toi pas tort.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're going to talk about a subject in English. This is actually my first video on in English because I'm trying to add some more languages to reach a larger public. Today we're going to talk about a subject, the principle of equality, a law that governs the entire universe. The principle of equality, also known as the law of equality, is a fundamental concept in various fields, including philosophy, physics, and mathematics. It states that all entities, object, and mathematics, including it states that all entire entities. It states that all entities, objects, or individuals are equal and should be treated as such, regardless of their properties, characteristics, or circumstances. In physics, the law of equality is a fundamental principle that governs the behavior of physical systems, ensuring that all objects are subject to the same physical laws and principles. This principle is deeply rooted in the concept of symmetry, which is cornerstone of modern physics. Now we're going to mathematics. In mathematics, the principle of equality is a fundamental axiom that underlies various mathematical structures such as groups, rings, and fields. It ensures that all elements in a mathematical set are treated equally and are subject to the same mathematical operations and rules. In philosophy, the principle of equality is a moral and ethical concept that asserts that all individuals have inherent value and deserve to be treated, I repeat, and deserve to be treated with dignity and respect regarding of the race, gender, religion, or other characteristics. This principle is central to many ethical and political theories, including egalitarianism and human rights. Okay? While the principle of equality is a fundamental concept in various fields, it is important to note that its interpretation and application can vary depending on the concept, depending on the context and perspective. Nonetheless, it remains a powerful idea that shapes our understanding of the world and informs our actions and decisions. For myself, I think that social justice is only possible with this law. Okay? Let's put a little bit of music.
Darling, I hit me again.
I'm in love when I look at you, boy. Your body's taking me places. My body travel all around the world.
Chérie, beauté, bam, your body, oh. Souvent, tout le monde est petit tato. En vle content pour me descendre en bas, l'ouel.
If somebody want to call, to give us a call, our number is 913-732-8394. This broadcast is open to the public.
Hey, no stop, oh. Tout ça fait ma d'accord. Pas besoin faire effort. Chérie, soumet ma corps.
Okay, so let me lower that song, that beautiful song. This song is a mixed language. It has some English, some Spanish, some Haitian Creole, and I really like it. So let's continue with the subject. The principle of equality is fundamental. So we are talking about that social justice is only possible with this law. So this is me. So the principle of equality is fundamental, is a fundamental concept for social justice. It serves as a guiding principle for creating a fair and a just society where all individuals have equal rights, equal opportunities, and equal treatment under the law. Social justice relies on recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every person, regardless of the race, gender, religion, or other characteristics. So, with this principle of equality, social justice movement can, okay, and identify and challenge systems of oppression and discrimination, okay, by using the law of equality or principle of equality as a guide. Okay, we can also advocate for equal access to resources, education, and employment. We can also promote fair representation and political participation, address economic inequality, and ensure basic human rights. We can also foster a culture of inclusivity, respect, and empathy. By upholding the principle of equality, we can work toward a society that values diversity, addresses historical injustices, and provides equal opportunity for all to thrive. Social justice and equality are intertwined, and one cannot exist without the other. I repeat, social justice and equality are intertwined, and one cannot exist without the other. So, another point is that can also boost the productivity in anywhere it's applied. So the principle of equality is essential for a productive economy. When all individuals have equal access to resources, education, and opportunities, it can lead to increased innovation. Diversity of thought and ideas leads to more creative solution and entrepreneurship. Okay, I'm finishing reading this because that's exactly they're trying to convince us that exactly they're trying to make, for example, USA system looks. But let me finish with all the things that we can get, the benefits that we could get from a real, equality, a real society when the equality, the laws of equalities, or the principle of equality is applied. So let me finish. So we said that when all individuals have equal access to resources, education, and opportunities, it can lead to increased innovation, diversity of thought, and ideas leads to more creative solution and entrepreneurship. Improve productivity. Okay, it can also improve, we can also see improve productivity. Equal access to education and training enable workers to reach their full potential, leading to a more skilled and productive workforce. Reduce inequality. Okay? So when we reduce inequality, what happened? That decrease income inequality leads to a more stable and prosperous economy as more people have disposable income to invest and spend. Economic mobility. Equal opportunities allow individual, equal opportunities allow individuals to move up the social ladder, reducing poverty and increasing economic growth. Enhance economic participation when all, okay, that's something that we can also get from equality, the principle of equality. Enhance economic participation. So when all individuals can contribute their skills and talents, the economy benefits from a more diverse and inclusive workforce. Better decision making also we can see. So diverse perspective lead to more informed decision making, reducing the risk of groupthink or promoting more effective economic policies. Another thing that we can get is increase economic growth. Studies, that can be a good consequence. Okay, studies have shown that countries where greater gender and income equality tends to have. I was coughing a little bit. So, in studies have shown that countries where greater gender and income inequality tend to have faster and more sustainable economic growth. Let me repeat. Studies have shown that countries with greater gender and income equality tend to have faster and more sustainable economic growth. By promoting equality, we can create a more productive, innovative, and prosperous economy that benefits everyone. And this is how the show begin in United States of America. So let's put a little bit of music and then I'm going to continue, to assess, if the principle of equality is really applied in the USA system, and then we will think about, throughout, the mondial system, the world system. So let's see. For some reason, there is no music. Music stop. Okay. Okay. For some reason, I don't know. I don't get any music. Okay, I see what happened.
Ouais, je m'engage pour un voyage sans naufrage vers le passé. Ouais, l'ancien temps en avant pour le passé. Sans dollars, sans valise, moi l'homme primitif, croyez-moi.
Okay, my friend. So let's finish. Um, the USA system, for example, advertise themselves as a kind of principle. A country does where the principle of inequality are applied. So I can say there are a lot of beauties. For example, for education, I think we all it's about the same. Everybody have access. The same access. So the main problem is they focus on credit, and it's the same laws that apply to everyone. But the principle of equality, there is a lot of violations. For example, the justice system, the salaries, and it's the capitalist system. So the capitalist system make you go all the time, and you drawn in debt. So entrepreneurs, they they can make as much profit that they can, and pay you. There is a basic salary, an average salary, but it's still a little bit low when you compare. So all the gains, some big company have. And another thing, when we look at Hollywood, for example, it's not equality because it's only a small group, of black people, and those black people usually they don't have the best uh, wars. Some of them have to line up for like some slavery, and the attorneys most of the time, most of them, for example, the pro bono attorneys, you know, they had to cut that off because they don't work in favor, of minorities. They just work in front of, by the side of the stronger. They think it's stronger, and for example, the justice system is a complete mess. There is no equality at all because there is a group of people with the authority, so they're very abusive, and no nothing. There is no, they see no interest, in fighting, organized crimes when it's done by government officials. For example, I can give you DCF. Most of the cases, um, in some cases they might be right. Some kids, can be in danger. Some families, drugs, things like this. But most, if you go look, most of the cases are abusive cases. They grab children and they lie. So they lie, and when they lie, they give you those pro bono attorneys. Those pro bono attorneys, they do nothing to help the child out. They assign an attorney to the child, they assign an attorney to the father, an attorney to the mother, and but all those attorneys just getting paid, big money, but they work, in favor of abusive DCF. And that's not principle of equality, because if there was a if there was like a principle of equality in social injustice system, so that means, we will go from the principle. Everything would start from the principle of that. If we are equal, So the authority is a kind of delegation from the collectivity. So that means if somebody from DCF has the power and authority, it's a delegation from us. It's not something that they can use to violate our rights, but that's not done. They use the authority, they to abuse and grab children and make up fake, fake all kind of fake documents or all kind of lies, and actually doing that to a child. For me, this is the worst crime in the world, because a child in his home is like a prince or a little princess. So you don't grab them like this. This is really criminal, because this child go to a lot of suffering, but they don't. It looks that they don't care. So I think it's not, because uh, it's some countries, they say that they are democracies, and according to what I think, a democracy cannot exist without the full application of the principle of equality. So post your comment, please. Can you tell me what you think? Do we have a principle of equality application in United States of America? And what about if we think about the big non organization, world organization like United Nations? How do they do to the principle of equality? Not only the principle of equality should be applied, to individuals. When we think about some big organization like United Nations, they should also count, on of the principle of equality, according, about the countries. I can say, you know, principle of equality of every single countries. So they should start from that. That this is the only way we can do justice. Okay, that was my thought. It's my first broadcast in English, so don't hesitate, to share your thoughts, and we want improvement and we want to continue, with that kind of program. So I will call it social studies. So this first one, we talk about the principle of equality. Okay, next time we're going to, to continue talking about that subject, make some researches, come up with some facts, and then we go from there. Okay, thank you, my friends, and thank you for watching, and thank you for the one who will be watching when I share on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Okay, see you next time.